Wrexlepert. I'm back. Hey guys, this is the Wrexlepert back again after a bit of an absence. I'll get into that in a second, but yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna make it up to you guys. I've got this episode here, but I'm gonna get my Elimination Chamber episode out to you guys. Hopefully in the next couple of days. But yeah, to help make it up, I'm gonna start doing some retro episodes too. So we'll call that Rexetro. I don't know. We'll figure that out as we go. But so they're all good ideas. Yeah, I kind of had to postpone the show for a little while there. Some stuff happened in my life. I don't want to go into, but I was reading one of my favorite fantasy books, and there's just a particular character death. I think if I told you which book it was, you'd know what I'm talking about, but don't want to spoil anything for you guys. But yeah, there was a character's death just really hit me this time around. I don't know, just rereading it, it just really took a lot out of me. So kind of had to take a few weeks off just to kind of pull myself back together after all that. But I still want to get this episode out there, as I had put in a lot of hard work. So, so let's get. Oh, and my uncle died too. On with the show. Wrexlepert. So, in this episode, we're taking a look at Raw's first ever third episode on Netflix. Now, I am going by memory a little bit. I know this was a few weeks ago now. I took some notes, but I haven't gone back to watch it or anything. So, so let's see how we get on. Firstly, Rhea was attacked by Naya, I guess. And then for the first in-ring segment, so Jay or Jimmy came out first. Man, this is the longest yeet yet. Or you could say the longest yeet. But then out comes the Gunther. Oh, that's right. They have a match coming up at the Saturday night event. Gunther demeans him. Says he could easily be challenged for the title by Jimmy Uso or Jay Uso, whichever one doesn't eat. They have a bit of a tussle. Backstage, there's the New Day. I nearly said the New Gay. That'd be a bit funny. If they are, oh my god. I mean, well, I really shouldn't laugh about it. No, guys, you do. It's beautiful, actually. Just if that is, two African American men who love each other. Look. So they were backstage with a big guy with a cowboy hat called Jamie L. They had a little bit of a tense encounter. Nothing too horrible. Maybe the equivalent of, your housemate having to remind you not to leave the front door unlocked on your next trip to the pharmacy. Rey Mysterio, he's out to have a match. Firstly, the rich cowboy guy comes out. Now we go to an interview with Bailey, who is interrupted by Naya, before going back to the cowboy, before going back to Rey Mysterio again. And now out comes Kofi Kingsman for his entrance to the match. So there's something I did notice in this episode. They got rid of the Fortnite logo. Really disappointing to see. Actually infuriating. I don't know why they felt they'd remove that. They've got all these other goddamn products. But, gamers are second-class goddamn citizens. As always, nothing changes. When do we get equal rights? Kofi nearly dropped Ray in his head there. Interesting little spot. Ray sets Kofi up for the 69, but Xavier trips Ray. The referee throws him the hell to the back. And Ray finally hits the 69, but Kofi kicks out. Ray eventually wins with a clumsy pin. I gotta say, guys, as much as I hate to say this, Ray didn't really have a great match. And it does hurt me to say that. As I've spent some time in Ray's company. I may have to ask him to consider his future next time talking to him. I'll have to check online, see if he's doing any meet and greets anytime soon. And then after the match, a couple of nondescript Mexican guys come out to help Ray, but New Day got the better of them. And now there's a backstage segment with a scary guy in a suit and a very pretty lady with nice boobies. Actually, guys, I'll be back in a minute.
Wrexlepert.
Let's go. Sami Zayn's music really has that classic Tony Hawk's Pro Skater vibe to it. Just takes me back to great memories of hearing my friends talking about playing it together. Sami Zayn is in the ring to announce he'll be in the Royal Rumble. Oh my god. Give it a rest. Royal Rumble. It's just a fucking tag match. Who cares? Sami's interrupted by Kevin Owens, carrying the classic WWF Eagle belt, held by some of the greats like Brock Lesnar and Triple H. Owens said some really nice things about Sami. These guys seem like really good friends. Pretty wholesome. Our next match is Bayley versus Nia Jax. A pretty physical match. Early on, Nia headbutts Bayley right in the boobies.
Wrexlepert.
Anyway, the big fucking clumsy oaf Nia Jax wins the match. Out comes Rhea to teach that big cack-handed goon a lesson. At one point she does a big jump and even knocks some men over. They show a video package highlighting Martin Luther King Jr. I gotta say, he seemed like a pretty good dude. Would love to know what he thinks of Penta. Speaking of Penta, he's up next versus Pete Dunne. You know, Pete Dunne shaved his beard. He'd probably make quite a beautiful one. He shouldn't be afraid to embrace it if that's who he chooses to be. They cut to an ad break right in the middle of Pete's speech. It's a pretty cool idea. We come back from the ads to see a good 30 to 40 seconds of some various buildings. What an architectural triumph. And now here comes Penta. I love his spinny fireworks. Reminds me of a birthday party my best friend had growing up. I remember overhearing him telling some of the other kids about the spinny firework he had. It just sounded like the coolest thing. This was a damn scintillating match. Penta did some really cool jumps and flips, which he's actually pretty famous for. He hits the Penta driver for the 1, 2, 3 pinfall. CM Punk does a really good interview up on the balcony. He said some pretty nasty things about Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania, and Hulkosity. I came up with that one. I wonder what Hulk will have to say about that next week. Those scary looking women from the week before are here. They have a tag match against the Cobra Kai and Io Sky. The Kais win this match after hitting some kind of move. I'll be honest, guys, this is where I stopped taking notes entirely, so I'm doing this part from memory of a few weeks ago. I could even be wrong about who won this one. Please feel free to email the show and correct me if I did make a mistake. And then the main event saw Seth Rollins take on Drew McIntyre. Again, I can't really remember what happened here. My head was reeling from the previous mentioned death scene in the book I was reading. It's actually still kind of upsetting coming back to it. I really don't appreciate being put in a situation where I'm having to relive that. And the things I do for you people, it just feels like you don't appreciate it a goddamn bit. Bye.
Wrexlepert.